Hey, what have you done for love today? This is a great video. The audio might be a little quiet because I'm downstairs in the studio on a separate external mic, and I got it about as close as I can to me. And if I wanted to crank the audio, I'd have to bounce the audio down and jack up the audio. It's a lot of work. So you just have to turn the audio up, though you should be able to hear me fine. But that's why it's not as powerful as it normally is. Now look at this. So I've been telling you forever anyway, they're all working together, specifically the Middle East and China and the commies anyway, right? So Iranian foreign minister and Saudi Arabia, you see this report everywhere, says relations on the right track, the impact of the Saudi-Iranian rapprochement in the Middle East. Everybody's making up, having a great time because the enemy of my enemy is my friend to take over the United States and this whole World War III thing, right? Okay, so everything's going great with all them countries over there. Mainstream media comes out and says this: the Saudis will have a say in U.S. elections. And the reason why they say that is because they've agreed to cut their output of oil, right? Which is raising gas prices. So that's why they are saying the Saudis will have a say in U.S. elections because of what's happening at the gas pump. Now, remember this. Reported 9/11. I don't know if you can see that. It's real small. That's what she said. I don't know if you could hear my desk whenever I didn't like the drum, so I did it too. So 9/11. Huge deal. Huge story this was. Biden admin clears the way for prisoner swap deal with Iran, lifts freeze on $6 billion in Iranian funds. Now, what does this have to do with the title of the video and Trump's head? This is a great find. I did not find this from someone on Above Top Secret. You check this out here. We're at the Department of Homeland Security. The Homeland Threat Assessment for 2024. This is huge, man. This is huge. Page 4. Iran maintains its intent to plot attacks against current and former U.S. government officials in retaliation for the 2020 assassination of Soleimani. And Iran and the Middle East have threatened to assassinate Trump over this nonsense since it happened. And so, why did we just pay $6 billion to a country that supposedly has an intent to attack us, all right here in our own threat assessment? Huh? And what I don't also understand is that if we just gave them their money and gave them a bunch of money, that Middle East is going to get used in this terror threat. What are we getting out of this? Because the Saudis in those countries or OPEC are still committing to their cuts. So what are you getting out of this? Doesn't make any sense to me. This is all a script. So I don't care if it's Joe Biden. I don't care if it's Trump. I've been saying it. I told you in 2019. I've been telling you for years leading up to 2019. But if you go to YouTube, Hiroshima 2012, 2019, get ready for 2020. Kill or be killed. I told you that 2020, your daily life is going to change, and it was going to be because of a dollar collapse or an assassination. So, wrong and right all at the same time, right? 2020 happened, your daily life changed, but it wasn't because of an assassination. That did take place right at the beginning of the year. This is a true story. At the last job I worked at, when that happened, I worked with a couple college kids. They were convinced that they were going to get drafted into World War III. So this is all a script. Because this don't make any sense, man. This don't make any sense. None of it. Explain it then. You can't. Paid $6 billion to a country that has every intent to attack us. While they're buddies with Saudi Arabia, who continues to make the gas prices supposedly rise in our country. There it is. I'd start getting ready for World War III because it's part of script. So if Trump gets it, Biden, I don't care who it is. Especially Trump. Didn't happen. Never happened. That guy is in a bunker on a couch with Vince McMahon watching WrestleMania saying how convincing they were. Okay? Let's just be real about this. So here you go. What have you done for love today? Here's some true love for you. Thanks for watching. Oh, and just one more thing, right? Like, why wouldn't they be encouraged to do this anyway? Like, the lockdowns, the masking, that all started in communist countries, and I put this out there whenever this was going on anyway. You know, you're dressing like Muslims. You cover them your face. Christians don't do that. Hebrews don't do that. Jews don't do that. None of them do that. The only religion that covers their face and has that as part of the ensemble are the Muslims. So everyone dressed like them, loved it. Not everyone, excuse me. Too many people, a vast majority, loved it, wanted it, encouraged it, said, yes, lock us down like a communist country, tell us when and how and where we can and can't go. Let's put a mask on like a lot of the Muslim women do and are required to do. Yep, so just think about all this. Think about all this. Was it because you were being conditioned? Because you're going to be living a certain way whenever this takeover happens? It's something to think about.